On today's episode of the Tweet Show podcast, we're going to talk some football. I was going to record last night, but I didn't get a chance to do it. I was going to recap all the games, but I think I'll just do it right now because, like, last night I was trying to do it, and then I was like, I didn't want to be too loud because I was recording late last night. So, because like I'll do it in the basement, but I think that's not really loud. That's not like, I don't know. I have to do some more research, or not research, just have to do some more timing about when I could record things or not. So, like I said, we're going to talk some all the NFL games from Week 3, and yes, we will talk Taylor Swift. I promise all the Swifties that listen to this pod, we will talk a little bit about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, and we'll address the elephant in the room. Will that be first? No, that'll be sort of towards the end, because I will probably talk about that a lot. So, because it's sort of it's like the second biggest headline in NFL right now, even though people are like, Chandler, that's like the most important headline in NFL right now is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, but it isn't pop culture and a little bit in the NFL right now, obviously, because Taylor Swift's the most popular person in the world. I mean, she is Taylor Swift. She's amazing at what she does. But, I mean, we can also talk about why the New York Jets need to go find a quarterback. We can talk about all other things. I feel like that's sort of one of the more bigger headlines, at least in football terms. I'm just strictly talking football here. I'm just strictly talking football with headlines. Obviously, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are like number one in everything else, and you could probably say it's number one storyline in the NFL. But I think there's some more worthy headlines. I'm just saying, Swifties. I'm just saying. I respect Taylor Swift. I like some of her music. I wouldn't consider myself a Swiftie, but I do respect what she does. And I respect all the songs she puts out there about her ex-boyfriends and how some of her ex-boyfriends are shitty, like Jake Gyllenhaal. That's all I know about Jake. Even though he seems like a good actor, he's at some good movies, but seems like a horrible person. Sorry, Taylor. I'm sorry, Jake. I meant to say Jake, not Taylor. I'm not sorry, Taylor. I'm sorry, Jake. So, yeah, maybe I'll even throw in a lot of Taylor Swift references in this pod. You'll just have to listen to find out which ones are they. So, with that all being said, let's get started with today's episode. So, like I said, this is now week 3. I pulled out my power rankings today, and I'm not going to lie, I had a little troubles with the rankings after, like, about 14. I was like, well, I feel like that team's better, but then I was just, let me just read the rankings here, at least in my personal opinion. I went Dolphins, Niners, 1-2. Sorry, I had a little hiccup there. Eagles, 3, Chiefs, 4, Bills, 5, Cowboys 6, Ravens 7, number 8 Seahawks, number 9 Lions, number 10 the Browns. So that's your top 10 right there. Let me just repeat it one more time. Dolphins 1, Niners 2, Eagles 3, Chiefs 4, number 5 is the Bills, number 6 the Cowboys, number 7 the Ravens, number 8 Seahawks, number 9 Lions, number 10 Browns. Number 11, I have the Packers. Number 12, I have the Saints. Number 13, the Falcons. Number 14, the Steelers. Number 15, the Bengals. 16, the Rams. 17, Jacksonville. 18, Bucks. 19, Colts. 20, Commanders. 21, Patriots. 22, Texans. 23, Chargers. 24, Cardinals. 25, the Titans. 26, the Giants. 27, the Vikings, 28, the Raiders, 29, the Jets, 30, the Panthers, 31, the Broncos, and 32, the Chicago Bears. So there you go. All right. So like I said, I did my power rankings. If you think that what's right, what's wrong, you can sound off in the Twitter. So like I said, you could follow me on Twitter at Tweet Show. That is TWEDT show on Twitter, or I guess not on Twitter. I got to start getting used to saying X. So it's on X. So make sure you go follow me on X, not Twitter. I should probably change that profile to saying the official X account of the Tweet Show podcast. You know, I'm going to do it right now. Here we go. Deleting Twitter, just put a big old X. This is the official X account of the Tweet Show podcast. Yes, sir. X, baby. God, it's so dumb. All right. So let's just sort of recap week 3. I'm not going to go too much into depth on a lot of these games because a lot of these are a bit snoozers. Because, like, for example, the Cleveland Browns beating the Tennessee Titans. Cleveland looked a lot better. Deshaun Watson looked a lot better, even though he had that weird one play where he was in the middle of getting sacked and then threw it 10 yards backwards to a running back, and that was a live ball. So that was one of those questionables. You go, what the hell is he doing? So it's like, you good? And then obviously after that, or sort of, if you just take that one play out, he actually did pretty well. He was completed over or above 60% of his passes with 289 passing yards. So let me see here. Let me look at his box score real quick. Yeah, he's 27 of 33. That's basically like, what, 80% of his passes? Let me do the math here. 27. Yeah, 81% of his passes. That's crazy good. I tell you what. As for Tennessee, I mean, Derrick Henry was nowhere to be found. I mean, Ryan Tannehill, I still don't think he's that guy, and maybe we should give him more time because, you know, he played wide receiver in college. He's still young. He's still developing as an NFL quarterback. I think we should still give him more time. You know, I'm just saying. But no, in reality, he's no good. They need to probably reevaluate the quarterback situation. Either next week, if they lose and he syncs it up again, just send out like Will Levis or somebody, because like at that point your team stinks. I still try to figure out why DeAndre Hopkins wanted to go to Tennessee. What did he think was going to happen when he got there? What did he think was going to happen? Now, I respect Mike Vrabel. I think he's a fantastic coach. The roster's just not there. Especially the quarterback. No offense to Ryan Tannehill. He seems like a very nice guy. Seems like a cool guy to hang out with. But, dude, you're not good. I'm just saying. As for the Falcons in Detroit, another sort of snoozer. The Falcons' offense didn't really move the ball as much. Obviously, it's sort of the same thing I was sort of joking with Ryan Tannehill. He's still a pretty young guy. It's only the second year. This is now start number, I think this is 8 for him. So, I mean, I don't know how many games he started so far. I think he's less than 10 for sure because this is week 3. He started towards the end of the season, last season. So I mean, he still hasn't lost a home game yet. So props to him for that. Got to respect it. But, you know, yeah, I thought Jared played a lot better in this game for sure after coming the loss from Seattle, even though he actually did pretty well even with Seattle. I'm not saying that he played bad against Seattle. I guess that was sort of what I was intending, but that was not the case. He played fantastic. I mean, he's Jared. Jared just plays really good football. You would have liked to seen Detroit would have scored a bit more points and maybe a bit more efficient in the red zone area or something like that. But, you know, I think it's going to take him. I think there's still more time to improve that. So, like I said, it's only week 3. So, obviously, Detroit getting the win over the Atlanta Falcons. You know, it would be great in the Atlanta Falcons offense if, say, the Falcons aren't going to be good this year, even though they're 2-1. They look pretty okay. I think they're definitely giving the sort of in the hunt. You know, when they show in the graphics during playoff time, so it'd say in the hunt. They're definitely going to be in the picture where it says in the hunt. So I think Caleb Williams would be fantastic in this. Well, actually, no, I take that back. Caleb Williams would not be fantastic in this offense because it would just be run heavy first. But I think it would be kind of cool to see him in the Falcons uniform because I think he would look amazing in it. I think he would. Yeah, I'm kind of buying into it now. Or maybe Drake May. I could buy the Falcons getting Drake May. Even though I don't think they're gonna be that bad to get Drake May. All right, and then you got New Orleans and Green Bay. I'm still not really. I'm still not wanting to buy in Jordan Love being like all around top 10 NFL quarterback type of guy, but I gotta give props where props is due. He did have a good fourth quarter comeback, but I'm still not believing in that guy. No, I'm not buying it. I'm not trying to buy too much stock into him. Is it just because I'm a Bears fan, or used to be Bears fan? We'll talk about that in just a minute. I don't know if I've addressed that or not. I feel like I have, but regardless, and my hatred for the Packers is, through the roof. And sometimes I could be reasonable, and sometimes I'll just be a fan and just say I freaking hate their guts. And I hope that Jordan Love never succeeds in the NFL. I hope he, does everything average and then gets in the playoffs and never succeeds in the playoffs. I hope he throws all these picks and all these other stuff. So, yeah. And then also we saw that Derek Carr got hurt in the game. I think it was a shoulder or ankle. I can't remember what the report was, but he's hurt. So I don't think he's going to play next week. So which means Jameis Winston will have to play, which is always fun to see Jameis playing football because he's just a gunslinger. Chris Olave, dog. All right. And then you got the abysmal, that was the Miami Dolphins scoring 70 points, which hasn't happened since like the 1960s with, was it the Rams that did it? So, I mean, the Broncos are about of a joke of a team as the Bears are. So that's good to know. And luckily the Bears don't have to play the Miami Dolphins, because if so, the Dolphins could score 73 points on them. They're that bad. They're that bad. Oof, duh. If the Bears had to play the Dolphins, they would absolutely score a shit ton of points. Let me see which good offense has to play the Bears this year. Okay, not the Broncos, not Commanders. Maybe the Vikings, probably not. I'll probably score as many points as the Chiefs did. But if the Bears would have made it somewhat competitive, which they were never going to because Taylor Swift was there and the Bears truly suck ass. Trying to see. Maybe the Chargers. Oh, God, that's a Sunday night game. No one wants to watch the Chargers and Bears. Oh, God, flex that. I think they'll flex that one out. Oh, duh. All right, let's see. Who else? We've got... trying to see. Well, there isn't that many high-power offense besides maybe the Chargers and I guess you would say the Vikings and Chargers are about the only ones. I mean, everyone can probably score 30 points in them because they're just that bad. So, anyways, let's see. What was I talking about? What team was I talking about? Oh, yeah, the Dolphins, how they scored 70 points on the sorry-ass Broncos. And no offense, Brad, who is my cousin's fiance, who's also a Bronco fan. And Kendra. Shout out Kendra for also being a Broncos fan. I mean, shout out to all the Colorado fans from Denver, the Broncos and Bills fans who had to suffer 2 whoop asses. I mean, the Broncos one was way worse than the Deion and then Colorado getting their ass kicked by Oregon. I mean, what? So if I did the math right, I think it was like 112 to 26. So did I do the math right? Because what was it? So 70. What was it? 70 plus. Let's see. 70 plus. What was the score of the Colorado game? Let's see. Hold on. Sorry, I don't know why I'm having to do this, but I'm going to do it. All right, week 4 for college football. Let's see. Where is it? Where is Colorado? Here it goes. No, plus 42. Yeah, so 112 to. So if you combine both scores, the state of Colorado got outscored 112 to 26. Yeah, 26. Oof. You hate to see it. You really do, because it's like, holy shit, the Broncos fucking suck. And I think a lot of my Broncos fans that I know, and relatives, I should say, are relative Broncos fans, or Broncos fans who are my relatives, probably say that they suck, and they were willing to say that Russell Wilson sucks ass. I was like, well, give him one more chance. Sean Payton's there. Yeah, Sean Payton's not the problem. It's Russell Wilson. He stinks. He needs to get out. He needs to go. Get rid of him. You know what's crazy about that? Because like we were all bought into Russell Wilson's being good, which we all saw in Seattle. We can't forget that he was actually a pretty good quarterback at Seattle, and now we have to start to think was Pete Carroll the reason why Russell Wilson was good? And like, did Russell Wilson like convince himself that he's like, well, if I'm playing really well here, I can go anywhere and be fucking good. Fuck Seattle. I'm going to Denver. And it's like, no, dog, you were getting carried by Pete Carroll. I'm starting to think that now. Like, I'm starting to think, I'm curious when they can get out of his contracts, which NFL contracts is kind of a joke, but like at the same time, it's like really, I feel like it'd be kind of tough to get rid of him this year. But I think like next year they could potentially. I'd have to look that up, which I don't feel like doing. Actually, you know what? Let's just look it up. Let's just see when can the Broncos cut Russell Wilson? Releasing Russell Wilson in 2024 will be on a trade if he does not have a bounce back. Blah, blah. So let's see. Doing at least a cap significant manner. The Broncos would have an $85 million dead money by releasing Russell Wilson before exercising the option in 2028. So yeah, by like 2027, they can cut him. Which, oofda. They're obviously going to beat the Bears next week, so good job. You got your first one. You're not 0-4 anymore. So, you know what? Let's look at the Broncos' schedule here because, like, they're such a fire dump. So let's see how many wins we can get the Broncos. Let's see. All right, so let's see. They are going to beat the Bears. Oh, they could beat the Jets. They could they could go 2-3, and then they're probably lose to the Chiefs because they always lose to the Chiefs. So that would make them 2-4. The Packers probably a lot. Oh God, they got to play the Chiefs again. Oh no, this is good. Oh no, this could get bad. Then they got to play the Bills. Okay, the Vikings, it's a winnable game. The Browns, Texans is a winnable game. Chargers, probably not. Lions, no. Patriots, yes. Chargers, no. Raiders, yes. Wait, okay, hold on. So, well, even though they sort of lost to the Raiders week 1. All right, so let's count the wins. So Bears, yes. Jets, yes. So that's 2 wins. Chiefs, no. Packers, no. No. Chiefs again. Bills, no. Vikings, probably not. Well, that's tough. I'm going to say yes. I'm just going to say yes. Even though they're really bad, I'm going to say yes. Actually, nope. I changed my mind. They're not beating the Vikings. So, no. No. Okay. Okay, the Texans, that's a win. That's 3. Chargers, I don't think so. Even though the Chargers defense is actually pretty bad, too. Oofda. I think the Chargers will somehow get back on track. I don't know. And Detroit, probably not. Patriots, yeah, that's 4. Oh, God. We're only at 4 wins, and their schedule doesn't even get doesn't get any better. Oh, man, this is tough. This is so tough. Oh, God. I'm sorry, Broncos fans. I'm sorry. We had to do this. Oh, man. I try to get you like 7 wins. But sure, we're overreacting to some of these like week 3 wins and losses and some of these teams, but I want to give you a win for the Texans, but like they're sort of not horrible, but I think that you guys are better than the Texans. I don't know. Oh my God. Now I'm just doubting myself, and I'm trying to be somewhat positive. You guys are truly ass just like the Bears, because I don't think the Bears are going to win any this year, and we'll get to the Bears in just a moment here, but good golly. Oh God, Broncos. Oh no. Okay. All right. I don't know why I'm going to keep trying to spend 5 minutes on this, but I am. All right. So like I said, okay, you're guaranteed 2 wins. I'm guaranteeing you guys 2 wins against the Bears and Jets. That's it. I'm guaranteeing you those 2 wins. After that, I don't know. Because like I said, it's tough. It gets tougher. Because, like, you could beat the Patriots. That could be 3. And I guess you could beat the Raiders, so that would be 4. But otherwise, I don't know where the other wins are coming from. because you're not beating the Chiefs, and I don't think you're beating the Packers, even though I want to say you are, because the Packers are ass, and I will never respect them as a franchise and team, none of those other things. But I don't think you're gonna beat them. So I'm giving you two for sure guaranteed wins over those teams, and then, two for sure over those two teams, and then the other two are two winnable games. So you're at 4 right now. You're at 4. We're gonna give you 4, and hopefully you guys are in the running for Caleb Williams, because I'm sure that would be perfectly fine for you guys if you got Caleb Williams, because I feel like you guys got talent in there somewhere. There's talent on the roster, just maybe not performing to you guys' liking. So yeah. All right, let's move on from the Broncos. Let's talk at least a little about the Dolphins, because that's all the Dolphins fans want to hear, is how great they are, which they are. They are fantastic. They are super awesome to watch. Tua's back. Tyreek Hill's a monster. They didn't even have Jalen Waddle in this game, and he freaking just went off. Well, I guess he didn't go off because he wasn't playing. I don't know why I said that. The two running backs went off. If Jalen Waddle was playing, he could have went off, but he didn't, which I don't remember why he wasn't even playing, but that's neither here or there. God, this team could – you know what? I'm going to find the game where they can score another 70 points. What's the most likely team that they could score 70 on? Another 50 burger on. Let's just say 50 burger. The Bills, probably not. The Giants, maybe the Giants or the Panthers. I could see them dropping 50 on the Panthers. The Eagles, probably not. The Patriots, no. Chiefs, no. Raiders, maybe. I'm going to say no to the Jets. The Commanders, no. The Commanders' defense is pretty solid. Titans, probably. Jets, no. Cowboys, no. Ravens, no. Bills, no. So I'm going to give you at least 2 or 3 potential 50 burgers this season. The Giants and Panthers and the Raiders. So there's your 3 other 50 burger games. All right. So yeah, because in my power rankings, I had the Dolphins as the best team in the NFL right now. Obviously, they just dropped freaking 70 points, which is insane. That an NFL team drops 70 points on another NFL team, on other professional football players. The Broncos are a professional football team. They're not an FCS team. They're not. This isn't like Oregon when Oregon plays like. Trying to think of a FCS team here. Just give me a random one, like North Dakota State. North Dakota State's like the best one. Here's an example. It's not like when Oregon had to play Portland State this year when they scored freaking 80. That's not. These are professional athletes, and they scored 70 points on the Broncos. 70 fucking points. Oh, my God. That's just crazy. That's just crazy to me. God, that's embarrassing. Sean Payton was pissed as hell when the reporter's like, I know you got your ass whooped, but can you just put into perspective on how cool it is that an NFL team scored 70 points on you? He's like, what's the question? What's the question? Next question. I don't want to hear it. Fuck it. This is bullshit. It's not my fault that my team sucks ass. I tried them. I tried to coach them up, and no, they stink. They stink. My team stinks. And thank God we're playing the Bears next week, because if we don't beat the Bears, we suck. Oh, God. All right. So, yeah, that's all that. You know what? Yeah. All right. That's enough Dolphins Broncos talk. I think I talked a little bit more than I wanted to. All right. We got the loser leaves town game, even though I don't think the Vikings are just out yet. I don't know. I have to look at their schedule. But no, yeah, their defense isn't good, which isn't shocking. All right, let's see. They got the Panthers next week, which is another. Oh, there's of course, the 4 teams that haven't won a game yet. All 4 of them are playing each other. So the Vikings are playing the Panthers next week. And if they don't beat the Panthers, this is a must-win game for the Panthers, or not for the Panthers, for the Vikings. This is a must-win. They have to win this game. If they don't win this game, been communicating with my Vikings cousin who was saying if we might as well just tank. We might as well just tank now. I'm like, well, you just got to wait a minute. Let's just see how next week goes. If next week goes bad and you lose, then tank. And I'm with him, sort of. I'm sort of with them on the tanking part. I've been sort of telling him jokingly about just start tanking for Drake May. So, let's see. All right. So let's just say they beat the Panthers. So that's a win. Then they got the Chiefs the following week. Then they go to the Bears. So that's 2. So they can get themselves potentially 2-4 or at least 3-3 if they somehow pull out a win against the Chiefs. Then they got the Niners. That's probably a loss. The Packers is a loss. I think the Falcons is a win. Ooh, they got the Broncos. That's a win. The Bears is another. So they got 2. So they got 2 guaranteed wins against the Bears. So that's 2. The Panthers would be 3. The Falcons, I'm giving them the Falcons game. I'm sort of buying on the Falcons a little bit, but I'm going to give them a win there because I think the Falcons will be like 8-9, 9-8. So the Falcons are going to probably lose a bunch of games. All right, then you got the Broncos. Like I said, that's 4. The Raiders are 5. Oh gosh, then 6. Giving you guys 6 wins, so you won't be bad enough to go get like Drake May or Caleb Williams. So you'll have to end up with like Michael Pickens, even though he's actually been balling out. He's a baller. But no, Vikings defense stinks. Justin Jefferson is still really good. Kirk Cousins I wouldn't really necessarily blame it on Kurt for that particular play where they should have spiked it because, like the crowd noise and a little bit of that. I think he just wanted to get up there and just try and see what happens. Obviously, even though he threw a laser dime to T.J. Hockenson, who just didn't catch the ball, and it got sort of, when it went through his hands and it was sort of up in the air, and the Chargers guy just picked it off. So he just made a good play. But yeah, it is what it is. All right, and then we've got, let's see, what's the next game? What do we got? Jets in New England. Like I was sort of saying a little bit with the Jets, it's that they're bad. Zach Wilson is not the guy, even though they have to stick with him because there is literally no other answer. I don't think Tim Boyle's the answer. I don't think he could play any better than what Zach Wilson has done. I mean, it's just one of those things. I'm just saying. And they just brought in, they signed Trevor Siemian to the team. But I don't think he's the answer either. So you just got to somehow. Also, I'm not going to blame it all on Zach Wilson, even though he is bad. I'm not going to blame it all on him. I'm going to blame a little bit blame some of it on the offensive line. The offensive line's not good. They're not establishing the running game. And the defense just simply has to turn. They just have to get a turnover. They have to get turnovers for Zach Wilson and the offense to at least get opportunities to score. But it's because if you're going to be considered a top 10 or top 5 defense, you gotta cause turnovers. You gotta get pick sixes. You gotta intercept, fumbles, or special teams too. You gotta get some good, punt returns. I'm just saying you gotta help your offense out a little bit because no one, even Zach Wilson was just all right, this is gonna be my year off. I'm gonna watch Aaron Rodgers ball out with his team, and I'm starting to think that even with Aaron Rodgers on the team, I don't even think he would have played all that well, even though he's way better than Zach Wilson will ever be. But, it's just one of those things, that offensive line is just simply not good. It's not good whatsoever. It's no good. It's bad. It's not even that good. I think Aaron Rodgers would have had their struggling moments. It's I don't think the media would have, actually, no, I take that back. I was going to say, I don't think the media would blow up as much as the Jets are sucking. If Aaron Rodgers was somewhat struggling with the offense, if they were winning, but the offense wasn't clicking enough, they would go well, they're winning. That's all that matters. But now that it's Zach Wilson, the offense is struggling and all that, they're oh, yep, season's over. Which it is. It pretty much is. Zach Wilson's not the guy. I don't know. I just don't know what the Jets do. I don't know. I like what Rex Ryan sort of said on First Take on Monday. He's just they just like I was sort of just saying a minute ago, they got to get turnovers, special teams, and like they just got to be the best defense in the world. They just got to cause turnovers. They just got to do it, and they just got to establish that run game. I really do, because like week 1, we all saw what happens when they won. When they won against the Bills, they turned Josh Allen to turn the ball over 4 times. They got the run game going. And they got a special teams play. So, I mean, if you do all 3 of those things, you have an opportunity to win football games. But they haven't done that since week 1. It's like, oh my gosh. So, yeah, I mean, there's going to be some bumps and bruises. That's for sure. Okay. As for New England, I don't know. Okay, cool. You won. You beat the Jets. Who cares? No one cares, New England. Just go back to your lighthouse stadium, whatever that lighthouse is. All right. The Buffalo Bills defeats the Washington Commanders. Sam Howell had a bad day. He did. It was a very bad day for Sam Howell. It was not good. Simply, it was that. It was just not good. It was not good. It was not a good day for the Sam Howell guys like myself, who was sort of believing he could be good, but not like a great. He could just be like a solid, good quarterback. It was not a good day, but you know this is only his 5th start, right? Or no, 4th start, because he started it last week, and then this would be start number 4. So it's like I said, it's gonna take some time for Sam Howell just to get going. So you got to get the bad games out of the way, anyways. So as for the Bills, obviously this is sort of a must, or not must, but a needed or not win, not even a win, but like a sort of like a nice performance saying, hey, we're back on track. We are riding the ship after that week 1 debacle. We're back on track. We're doing things that we need to be doing. So I think it was good to see that the Buffalo Bills did all that. So yeah. All right, Texans and Jaguars. It's a bit of a shocker here as the Texans defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars 37-17. C.J. Stroud, he might be the only Ohio State quarterback to be good at quarterbacking. Oh, my God. All the other Ohio State quarterbacks stink. No offense, Justin. I still believe, but not really. You stink. No, he's about the only one who's actually, like, out of every single Ohio State quarterback he's ever played, he's about the only one who's actually played pretty well. I don't think he's thrown an interception yet. Or has he? No. I don't know. Wait, has he? Hold on. Let me look up his stats. I'm almost positive he hasn't thrown an interception yet. Hold on. Let me look up his stats here. Stats. C.J. Stroud. Let's see. C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud. Yeah, he's got 4 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. So shout out C.J. Stroud. Look at him go. Look at him go. So, I mean, yeah. The Texans are still going to be not great. They're going to be frisky. I think they're going to be frisky. They're going to pull up. They're going to pull off a couple more upsets this year, I think. As for Jacksonville, this should have been a game you should have beat the Texans. The score should have been flip-flop. You should have scored the 73, and the Texans should have scored 17. Not a great outlook in Jacksonville, but it's still a long season. You still got plenty of other games to be played. You still have time to improve. Trevor Lawrence, I still believe in the guy. I really do. I'm not saying he's going to play. He's awful or anything like that, but it's like it's sort of the first couple of weeks, the first 3 weeks, I think have been slightly off. He hasn't played his true full potential just yet. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. I'm just saying. Let me look up his stats. Maybe the stats will tell me differently. Be like, Chandler, you do fit. Well, here we go. 700 yards. 3 touchdowns and 2 picks. So there you go. So let's see. Let me look at his game stats. Here we go. So he had 2 touchdowns, a pick against the Colts. He had 0 touchdowns and 0 pick in the loss against the Chiefs. And then, so yeah, I mean, I think he just needs to, keep showing that he can play at a high level, I guess. I don't know. It's not a good start for Jacksonville. Let's just say that. It was not a good start. I think they'll bounce back here in the next couple of weeks. So I think they got the Falcons next week. So I think that might be a tough one. But I think Jacksonville is still in the long term. I'm still buying stock in them. So let's not hit the panic button just yet. Let's just hold off. Let's not hit it yet. Just hold off. Let's just put our hand near it. Let's not hit it yet. Let's just put it near it. Not exactly all the way over it. Let's just sort of be like just sort of sitting, and then we'll just sort of stare at it. Just look at it. Just look at it, but don't hit it. Just look at it. Just be like, don't hit it. We're not panicking. We're just going to look and be like, well, we have some concerns. We're not going to hit it yet. We got to stay positive, Jacksonville. We have to stay positive. And another stunner, the Colts defeating the Baltimore Ravens. Well, I should say the Baltimore injured Ravens, because everybody on the Ravens always gets hurt. I don't know why. And like, I think, wasn't there like the survey stuff that was saying like the Ravens like strength and conditioning over there is like horrible. So I guess that would maybe make you believe that that's why they always get hurt, because like all their facilities or something like that is horrible, and they're not treating players well when they're trying to not get injured. So I don't know what's going on over there. There's some questions. I'm just saying. As for Carolina, or not Carolina, because that was the first team I saw. As for the Colts, 2-1. That's exciting. Obviously, you win a game without your rookie quarterback in Gardner Minshew. So shout out Gardner getting the win for the boys. And they still don't have Jonathan Taylor, which I have him in one of my fantasy league. I just stashed him. I was like, all right, if he eventually comes back, either plays for the Colts or not, I'm at least going to have him. That way, if he balls out, I was like, yep, there we go. I got Jonathan Taylor, baby. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where I was like, all right. Because like, it was like late 10th round. No one picked him yet. I was like, screw it. I'll take him. I'll just take him. Let me have him. So, yeah. I don't know when Anthony Richardson's going to come back, but I'm still in the belief that the Baltimore Ravens hasn't been fixed. The Baltimore Ravens offense has yet to be fixed. I could be in the minority. I could be a fool of thinking this, but Lamar. Now, granted, all the running backs are truly hurt. Like, there's no J.K. Dobbins anymore, and they got like 5 running backs are just rotating. But like, Lamar had 14 carries for 101 yards, which obviously he can do because he's a baller and all that. But I just don't. And obviously he had 200 yards passing, fine, but he didn't throw for a touchdown, or he didn't I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into this, and I was expecting a bit of more explosive plays. Maybe I was just expecting more points. I was just thinking, like, has the offense changed? Because I don't think it's really changed all that much. Maybe they've still they kept some of the same concept of the Ravens offense, but just sort of tweaked it a little bit. But I'm not seeing the tweaked. I'm not seeing it. Maybe Darren Laskin can tell me what exactly has changed for the Baltimore Ravens offense, because I'm just not seeing it just yet. And obviously they're 2-1. They're doing just fine. They're winning games, obviously. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Again, I could be completely wrong about everything I'm saying about him, because obviously they scored 27 points, and Lamar had a fantastic game here when he played the Bengals last week with 237 yards and 2 touchdowns. But then here's the other game, like another example in an NFC South matchup when they played the Texans. He didn't throw a touchdown. He had a pick. So that was his first 2, or yeah. So he's only got 2 touchdowns passing. So again, I might be overreacting to the first 3 weeks of this offense, but I'm still don't think it's completely fixed, or maybe fixed is not the right word, but solved. I don't think John Harbaugh has solved the offensive problems yet. I don't know. So I guess we'll see as the future goes. All right, what do we got? Hold on, I got to keep going back. Got to go back. Here we go. All right, and then we got the Carolina Panthers losing to the Seattle Seahawks there. As for Seattle, they're 2-1 again. They're looking a lot better than they did week 1 when they blew a 17-point lead. And I'm trying to think. Against the Rams. So they're looking a lot better. They're scoring points, so that's good to know. I think I have a little bit issues with their defense. I think their defense isn't playing at a high level. They're letting people score too many points to my liking. Just a little bit. I have concerns about the defense. I think I got some slight concerns about that defense. I'm just saying. I mean, Andy Dalton threw it for 361 yards. And shout out Andy Dalton. He's a nice guy. I like Andy Dalton. But I'm just saying, you can't let Andy Dalton throw it for 300 yards. Come on now. And now, you know what? Let me do this game first, and then we'll talk Chiefs. Because, like I said, I'm going to be talking a lot in that game. All right, so Cowboys, Arizona, another sort of a shocker one here. I mean, yeah, obviously we all sort of heard and saw the news with Stephon Diggs getting injured, torn ACL, done for the year, and all that. But I don't think one player on the secondary is going to make all that much of a difference in the run game, because I feel like the Cardinals just out-physicaled the Dallas Cowboys in that game. Because, like, how many rushing yards did they run for? Let's see. The Cardinals ran for 222 yards. So you're telling me Stephon Diggs in the run games makes that much of a difference? I don't think so. I'm just saying. I think the Cardinals just simply outplayed the Dallas Cowboys. And I think the Dallas Cowboys didn't take the Cardinals too seriously. Even though the Cardinals, like, low-key could be 2-1 right now. Or even 3-0. Like, they've been in every single game. Like, I don't think they're bad as we think they are, even though they're bad, but, like, maybe not like Caleb Williams bad, or not. No, let me try that again. Let me rephrase that. Maybe they're not bad enough to go get Caleb Williams for the number 1 pick. I'm just saying. So let's look at the Cardinals schedule. You know what? I'm low-key buying into. Oh, okay, they play the Niners. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, you have the Niners, so that's at the real test. We'll see how the Cardinals do up against the Niners. If they go toe-to-toe with if they go toe-to-toe with the Niners, they'll be like, all right, the Cardinals aren't that bad, but they would be 1-3 then. But if they beat the Niners, interesting. That's a interesting one there. I'm just saying. But I don't think they're going to beat the Niners. I could see them being the Bengals, though, because the Bengals aren't looking all that fantastic. The Rams, they got some winnable games. Okay. I could buy into it. They could get 6 wins out of this schedule. Plus, they play the Bears. The Bears stink. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's just do it quick. Cardinals schedule. Loss, win against the Bengals. I could see them being the Bengals. Well, actually, no, because I think the Bengals are turning it around. So let's say a win against the Bengals. Or let's say a loss against the Bengals. That would make them 1-5. But a win against the no. Maybe, I don't know. But I think that's when Cooper Kupp gets back, though. By the time they play the Rams, I think the Rams are, like, low-key kind of pretty solid. I think they're a playoff team. All right, hold on. Like I said, I don't think the Cardinals are a playoff team. I got them to 6 wins. So let's see. Where's the 6 wins? Hold on. Let's go backwards. Okay. Seattle, no. Eagles, no. Bears, yes. So that's 1. Niners, no. Steelers, maybe. That's 2. Not all in on those Steelers. They might steal a win against the Rams, so that would be 3. Texans, 4. We'll say 5 wins. 5 wins, Cardinals, unless you start ripping off some wins here that you should have not won. We'll say 5 wins. I'll say 5 wins. That's not bad. Even though I'm sure a lot of I don't know. I don't know what the Cardinals fans are wanting. I don't know if they're still all in on Kyler Murray or they want Caleb Williams, because who doesn't want Caleb Williams? Because he's freaking awesome. I know if the Bears got him, I'd be very happy. All right. As for the Cowboys, like I said, I don't know. I don't think that freaking Stephon Diggs makes all that much of a difference for a run defense. Like, I just don't. Like, I think the Cardinals just did a really good job of, like, sort of scheming to not let Michael Parsons affect the game. Like, I think they didn't make sure that he wasn't going to be a game wrecker, which I think they did. They did a really good job. Shout out the Cardinals. I think the Cowboys will be fine, like, long term. This is sort of just a hiccup. And sure, they've sort of struggle to get some points in the red zone, which is obviously the point, is you need to get points. Once you're inside the red zone, you got to get some points. You got to need some touchdowns. So it happens all the time. Because like last year, the Chiefs lost to the Colts, and the Colts are terrible, and the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. So I think we should not overreact to it too much. But I think the Cardinals they're an interesting team. I think we shouldn't be like, oh, shit. I'll be like, oh, this is an easy one. We're playing the Cardinals. No, don't take them too lightly now. All right, here we go. We'll talk some Taylor Swift now. This is, I'm sure, where all the Swifties have been waiting for. It's like, Taylor, enough with the other football teams. I want you to talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Fine, I'll talk. All right. Gosh, let me do this first with the Bears, and then we'll talk. Taylor. I promise we'll talk Taylor. All right. Bears, you suck. I know it was a rough week with the whole DC and equipment's getting stolen and Justin Fields saying that his coaching is a problem and all that other stuff. I know. It was a very rough week, but you still stink. They stink. Justin stinks. The defense stinks. Everybody on the team stinks, except for maybe DJ Moore. He's about the only one who's like, I think he's actually was playing okay. I'm just saying, DJ Moore, I like you a lot. You're the only one that I like so far. Shout out DJ Moore. Man, they stink. I can't get excited for the Bears. I was excited for preseason and all those stuff, and I saw all the plays they were doing with DJ Moore with that screen, and then he took it to the house. I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be a fun year with all this explosive offense. I was fooled. Ben Ringsel, all the words you want to say, we were fooled. The Bears stink. They stink. Even with all the signs they made and a couple add-ons they did, I was like, oh, well, maybe they won't be as bad. No, they're bad. They're terrible. Simply bad. Bad. Garbage. It's fine. I'll just root for the Niners anyways. I wanted to anyways. Never was a Bears fan anyways. But I will say, if they do get like 2 top 5 picks, and one of them happens to be the number 1 pick, which happens maybe to be Caleb Williams. If Caleb Williams decides to come out, and he's like, you know what, I'll play for the Bears. Oh, then I'm back in. I'm fully back in. Like, I'm still in, but I'm out right now because the season's is a goner. They stink. Let's just lose. Let's just lose all our games. Let's just lose them all. I don't even care at this point. The Bears stink. I mean, I don't know what to get excited about if I'm a Bears fan right now, because like everybody on that team hella stinks. They stink. So I'm just tired of this story-ass franchise, like having to go through all these quarterbacks, and once they get Caleb Williams, if they do, it's still very early, I'm sure they would screw it up somehow. I don't know. It could be just Justin wasn't the guy, even though everybody in the world was like, Justin's this, Justin's that, Justin's this. I had my concerns because, again, Ohio State quarterbacks never succeed in the NFL. They just don't. They just simply don't. I had my doubts, even though I was going to be very positive. I was going to go all in. I was this, that, everything. I was going to go be like, Justin's the guy. This is it. This is the year. This is finally the guy. No. It's just not. Oh boy. I mean, I just don't know. Like, what happened? Like, what happened to Justin? Like, last year, the hope was there. It's like, oh, Justin's about to go take off. He's about to take off. He's going to be like the next Lamar Jackson or something like that. Another electrifying running quarterback. Nope. That never happened. And because like either the coaching staff was like, all right, since you're really good at running, so we're not going to let you do that. We're just going to focus on you passing. Nah, screw that. Just let him run. Just let him run more. I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. That's all it is. And maybe Matt Eberflus is just a really bad head coach. Maybe it's not his fault either. I don't know who to blame. I really don't. I could blame it on him, but I could also blame it on other people too. I could blame it on the owners of the Bears. They just need to sell the team. They could just do that. And maybe once they get to Arlington Heights and wherever that place is, is it Arlington Heights? Yeah, it's Arlington Heights. Wherever that is, maybe once they get the new stadium, maybe the Bears won't suck as much. I don't know. Who knows? But either way, I'm putting my fandom on pause for this season. I'll be back next season. I'll for sure be back, and I'm sure there'll be some Bears fans who be like, "Oh, Chan, it's ride or die." No. I'm still in. I haven't left yet. I was there. I was ready to open the door and just say, "Fuck it, the Bears are done. I'm done with the Bears." I was gonna get rid of all my Bears gear. I was doing all this. I was like, "You know what? I'll just stay." But I'm putting it on pause. I'm going to put them on pause. I'm going to put it on pause. Just be like, I forgot this season ever happened. Just never acknowledge this season. Never again. All right? But no. So, yeah. All right. Sorry. I had to do that real quick, Swifties. Now we can talk about Taylor and Travis. Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me? Look, my first initial thoughts with this whole thing was like, this isn't real. This can't. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, that would be such an odd couple. I'd be like, huh, okay. But I was like, okay, all right, I could see it. But I was like, this isn't real. And then, what do you know? She fucking showed up to the damn game. She showed up to the game for her man. Even though, again, I don't think they're officially dating. They're just hanging out. They're just chilling. They're just maybe friends. They're just friends right now. They're just friends. But I mean, you do get, now granted, he did invite her to his suite. So, he was going to sit next to the mom because the mom was at the game. So, I'm just saying. All right. It's wild that, like, Taylor Swift, I don't know what Travis did to shoot his shot with Taylor Swift. Did, like, he, like, slide into her DMs? Did he, like, reach out to, like, one of Taylor's friends? Or did he just... Did she see the pod video clip that was going around saying that he was wanting to give his friendship bracelet to Taylor Swift with his number on it? She's like, oh, you know what? He seems like a cute guy. She asked one of her PR people to be like, hey, can you reach out to Travis and see what he's all about? Do some research on him. Is that the reason? I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm kind of all in on this relationship. Like, I'm all in on this relationship. I want it to succeed. I want nothing for the best for Travis because I love Travis. I think he's a fantastic person, even though there are some Broncos fans in my family that truly don't like him, which is fine. Again, you don't have to like him. Just like I never liked Aaron Rodgers. I completely understand. As a person who hated Aaron Rodgers, I completely understand why you might not like Travis Kelce. I understand. But, he's such a likable guy. How can you not like him? Just like Taylor, how can you not like him? He's such a likable guy, and he's so good at football. He's like either the greatest tight end or the second best, depending on who you got. People say Gronk, which is, again, very reasonable. He's absolutely one of the greatest tight ends of all time. But Travis Kelce is still playing right now. I put him probably at number 2. I'm just, it's just crazy that NFL and how the NFL and the Swifties have to merge and have to, like, coexist, basically. Because now, Taylor Swift has, like, one of the bigger fan bases in the world. She's got 272 million on Instagram followers, and Travis has only got, like, 3 million. Even that was before all the Swifties are like, you know what? This guy might be cool. I might follow him on Instagram. So yeah, I'm curious to see. I'm just more curious on how we got to this situation. How did Travis, like, how did he shoot his shot? Like, again, is it the DMs? Was it someone who knows Taylor Swift and just asked, hey, what do you think Taylor? Do you think Taylor knows about me? Just hey Taylor, I think you're cool. And then he won the Pat McAfee show and said, hey, I saw her rock at Arrowhead this summer. She come see me and let me rock at Arrowhead or something like that. And then we saw her cheer for Travis when he scored a touchdown. She said, let's fucking go. Who does that? If you're just, sure, if you're friends with someone, I would probably do the same thing. But, like, I'm just saying, the way she was pretty hyped about it, it's like, oh shit, Travis Kelce, let's fucking go. I'm all in. It's the last American great dynasty we got here. There's no bad blood. This could be a love story. It could be all these things. Just really force some Taylor Swift songs in there. Didn't I? Yep. Yes, I did. Oh my God. I mean, it's crazy. And like, it's just crazy. Either way, like I said, I'm all in. I'm all in on this relationship. I think it'd be kind of cool to see Travis and Taylor dating. I think it is. I don't care. Like I said, I respect Taylor. I think she's got a lot of great songs. I don't want any of the Swifties come after me. I don't want any of my boys going, Chan, you fucking listening to Taylor Swift? Yeah, occasionally I do. Maybe I do. Maybe. Again, I don't consider myself a Swiftie. If she happens to be on the radio, if one of her songs happens to be on the radio or just happens to be playing, I'll bop my head a little bit because you know what? She's got some good-ass songs. I'm just saying. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you think that's a problem, then fuck you. All right? God. All right. All right. That's enough Taylor Swift talk, I think. But then, okay, hold on. But then there were, after the game, there was a video of them walking out in this little tunnel that somebody took. I think it was, I know who the guy, yeah, it was the Bears former, it was someone with the Bears took a video of them walking out and all that. And then they got into Travis's car. It was a convertible. I think it was purple, purple little convertible. And then there was another rumor going around saying that they Travis, I think it was Travis, rented out a restaurant for him and Taylor and all his other friends to hang out in and all that. And they partied and did all that until like late at night. So again, a lot of people are just saying they're friends, they're hanging out right now. But I mean, come on now. This would be very cool if we got Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Come on. This would be a power couple right here. I mean, come on. This would even be bigger than when Brady was dating Giselle, I think. Absolutely. I mean, come on. I think this would even be bigger when Tony Romo was dating Jessica. Was it Jessica Simpson? Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think of other celebrities dating football players. Who else have we had? Trying to think. Thinking. I feel like there's just more basketball players, I think. Because, you got D. Wade and Gabrielle Union. I'm trying to think. Well, no. But now that I'm kind of inspired by Travis to shoot my shot with some random-ass girl, even either a celebrity or just a random girl out there in the world, be like, hey, sup? What you doing, huh? Now, I'm not as good as looking as Travis Kelce, even though I might start growing the stash. If Taylor thinks stash her in, then stash her in. I'm getting the stash. I'm growing a stash. So yeah. Okay. Again, now I'm done. I'm done with this Taylor Swift talk. I'm done. All right. Let's move on. Okay. Here we go. Then we got let's wrap it up here. Let's wrap up the show with the last three games here. We got Pittsburgh and Raiders. The Raiders are ass. The Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't know if they are good. I think they're okay. They're going to be in the hunt picture, when the playoffs come. You'll see the picture. You'll see the Pittsburgh Steelers in the hunt. Even though I have my concerns with Kenny Pickett. I still have concerns with that offense. That offense isn't all that great. And then Jimmy G had way too many turnovers yesterday. I feel like the Raiders could have won that game if Jimmy G in that offense was a bit more consistent and Jimmy G stopped turning the ball over. Because Devontae Adams had 172 yards. It's not like the Steelers secondary couldn't stop him. They just should have just kept throwing him the ball. So, yeah. Let's see. And then let's see. Yep. All right. Then we had the two Monday night games. We had Philadelphia defeating the Bucs. I'm still all in on Baker. He did have that one turnover. But again, I'm all in on Baker. I think the Bucs are going to be, again, in the hunt. They might be the second best team in the NFC South, I think. Still behind the Saints. I still think that Baker and them could sneak in the playoffs. The Eagles are just the Eagles, and they just keep running the ball down your throats in the quarterback sneak thing. And we could probably have another conversation about that another time. I don't want to go off again with the whole QB sneak thing because a part of me is like, can you just not do it for one time? Could you just not do it in one time? Because even if the Bears did it, I would be like, all right, this is crazy. We don't need to do this every single time. I mean, come on. We could do something else. The QB sneak thing is just it's the most unstoppable play, but I don't know. Again, I don't want to get too much into it because I would just take 10 minutes of my time going, blah, 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 and then trying to defend it both sides either way. So yeah, Eagles still really good. The Bucs, I still have hope for them. I have some concerns. So the last Monday night game, I have concerns with the Bengals, just a little bit. I got some concerns about Joey B's injury, a little bit, because that calf strain, it sounds like he's in some pain, a lot of pain everywhere, just like Jameis said, pain everywhere. And then you got the Rams. You know what? If the Rams would have had Cooper Kupp, I think they could have won that game. I think the Bengals would have been 0-3, and the Rams would be 2-1, right? Yeah, because they're 1-2 now. Yes. I think the Rams could have won that game if they had Cooper Kupp, in all honesty. Because there was a couple, and obviously that Rams offensive line is not good either. It's bad. It's no good. No good. Matthew Stafford hardly at any time to throw the ball. So, yeah, even though Jamar Chase low-key kind of went off. Not even low-key. High-key, he went off. He had 141 yards. Shout out Jamar Chase. All right, let's see. What else? Because, the Bengals defense is actually, pretty solid. It's, really good. So, I'm not concerned about their defense. I'm just more concerned about that offense. I'm just a bit more concerned about that because, either Joey B and the Bengals either tell him to sit for a couple more games. Just sit and be like, all right, we'll be fine. Let's get you back healthy because I think they have a bye in week 7. So it'd be 3 more games before the bye week, right? 4, 5, 6, 7. So, yeah, 3 more games before the bye week. I think they could potentially play him one more time. And then I would say, all right, you're done. We're gonna rest you until the bye week. Then we'll come back in week 8, whoever they're playing. So, yeah. So I would just try and, I don't know. He's a tough guy. He's a competitor and all that. But I would just be like, Joe, long term for this season, we want to get to our goals. We got to sit you, man. So, yeah, I think that would just sort of be my thing. Even though I think they did sign A.J. McCarron this past couple of days. What was it, Saturday or something like that? I don't know. I saw it. They were like, yeah, we're signing A.J. McCarron. So, yeah, okay. I think that's going to be it for today's episode. That's all I got for all the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce gossip. All right. Like I said, you can follow me on X at Tweet Show. That's TWEDT Show. And then you can also follow us on not Instagram. We're not an Instagram channel yet. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. I will promise this episode will be out on YouTube. I can promise you that. And maybe the other previous episode, that also will be out too. So, yeah, this episode and the previous one will both be out on YouTube. I promise you that. You can also follow us on TikTok. That would be the Tweet Show. Just type in Tweet Show Podcast, and I'm sure you can find it. And it's not too hard to find. You can also follow us on Facebook, even though I haven't really posted anything on the Facebook thing in a while. That's not really my fault. That's not my jurisdiction. I don't think we're getting too much following on there, so maybe I'll just leave that alone. But if you want to, you can. If I get enough people to, follow the page, maybe I'll be more active on it. But it is what it is. So we have X, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook currently right now for all the social media platforms. You could also subscribe to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or not. Yeah, well, yeah, yes, YouTube, but Apple, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, you name it, whatever podcast streaming you're listening to on, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, and leave a comment and rate it 5 stars. At least rate it something, maybe 4. I'll give me at least a 4-star. I would appreciate if you at least give me a 4-star. Okay, I'm just saying. And tell your friends about the show. If they want to hear more Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce gossip, send them my way. I will gladly talk about it all the time. Why not? And we'll talk some football while we're at it, since I love football. And I love Taylor Swift. I love me some Tay-Tay. All right, so yeah. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, yeah. Like I said, just tell your friends about the show. Tell them to subscribe. If you don't tell them to subscribe, I'm going to hunt you down. All right. I appreciate everybody listening to this episode of the Tweet Show Podcast. I will see you guys Friday. Yes, Friday. We're going to record. I'm going to have my preview out for Friday. All right. I'll see you guys next time.